Hey, what's up, guys? So in this video, I wanted to pretty much react to two of my biggest small account flips. Okay, from straight up from $100 to 1,000. I wanted to do two of them for the sake of the video. I didn't want it to be too long because I know y'all see the third one, that I did just recently on UJ. You feel me? But now I just wanted to kind of go back through it and kind of break it down again. So without further ado, let's not waste no time. Let's go ahead and check it out real quick, cause you feel me. Your boy was in those charts, my boy. He was in those charts. All right. Let's go to it. $91. Now, when you get to the end, you're going to see that I didn't deposit $91. I started at $245. First of all, I apologize for this fro, y'all. Listen. I ain't been I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry. I ain't been focusing on my hair like that or my appearance. My brain and my mind has strictly been on working and my hustles. Work, hustles, work. Work, hustles, work. I haven't been putting no money in the clothes, no nothing. Strictly like bills, whatever I gotta do to make this dream, make this thing work, man. So trading it's a hard game, man. It's not simple, it's not very, very easy, you know what I'm saying? People don't really see the stuff we gotta go through. We as traders gotta go through off the charts, man. Like blown accounts, like blowing through money, like all of this stuff while you're getting through that learning phase, that growing phase. You're crafting, you're building your craft every single day. Like, and I can tell y'all right now, like, I didn't lost money in this. I didn't make money. I lost money. There's some months where I come out really, really profitable, and there's some months that I'm not really profitable at all. Like, it's just how the game works, man. And the way I see it too is like, we already had a big risk already. Like, you could die tomorrow. Like, you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. So, I feel like with that being the biggest risk actually is you not taking a risk towards your dreams, your goals, your ambitions. That's really the biggest thing. So if you don't see it that way, man, I really hope you do someday, because it is very, very dangerous to not go towards your dream, man. But anyways, that's a whole nother video. But as you can see, I did say, I think I just said I start out with 100, 200, whatever I just said. Okay. We are currently at $91 for this particular example, right? Now you can see my trades. I got a whole bunch of $2 loss in. Okay. Now I think in this part of my trading, I think what I did was, obviously I bet the whole balance. I bet 100% of the balance. I was like, listen, this gonna work or it's gonna work. That's the mindset I pretty much had. I remember for this particular trade, and it's on GJ. On top of that, so with GJ, for those of you guys who are new, if you're new to trading, GJ is a very, very volatile pair. Okay, this thing will spike you out in 2 seconds if you are not careful on where you are getting in. Okay, you have to be at a higher time frame level. You have to be at a heavy area of liquidity to where price has continuously not broken this specific area a number of times. So then when you do take entries around that area, you're going to be in a great position, as if you taken price or taking a position at price at a lower time frame level, which is not going to be as valuable in the end. Okay, so this is where I pretty much in. So I had an excellent position for this particular trade. We got up a good number amount of pips. So if we scroll over here, let's go to the actual chart. Okay. So you can pretty much see how the minute one was pretty much looking when I pretty much was in these entries. I wish I recorded this on the computer, but I guess in the spare of the moment, I was just screen recording on my phone. So still, it's still good. So you guys can see the proof. If we go to 5 minute, this is how it looked on the 5 minute on where I was a price. But even though it looks like this on a 5 minute, you can see how structure was just constantly making a series of higher highs and higher lows, and it was pretty much maintaining structure like overall in the lower time frames going in towards the bigger picture. And this is pretty much how it looked on the 15 minute. And you see with the 15, you're seeing less candles. Structure is a little bit more smoother, or a whole lot smoother than the 5 minute. So less data. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much when she got up here, this was pretty much good, because if we go through a little bit further, go to the H4 chart, and this is the position I was in. Okay, so what I've been learning with my trading career, for some of my best trades, my best trading experiences, when I get to make a lot of profit, I'm talking about like that 50 pip move can turn, well, 50 pip is really my minimum. When that 50 pip move can turn into a 6, 70, 80, 100, 200, 300 pip move, that's when stuff gets crazy for me. So with my particular style, I'm pretty much a dynamic trader. I don't really like to put myself in one category because that's not how I was taught. I wasn't taught to just swing, just intraday trade, just scalp. It wasn't just one sided for me. Uh, Shout out to Q Banks and his mentorship at Wall Street Academy. Cause that's pretty much how I learned. I learned from him, and basically, I just been taught to basically analyze the market this way. And when she comes back to, it gives you that deep pullback and gets in that deep retracement level that you want, then you could take advantage of it, get your entries based on the lower time frame, small risk, and then aim for that 4 hour, that daily, take profit level. And so with those higher time frames, it takes a lot longer for the candlesticks to form on those time frames and stuff. But once they get to that specific area, you're going to be catching a lot more pips than somebody that's, just catching 10 here or 5 here, which is not a bad thing. I'm not hating on no scalpers. I'm not hating on nobody. Everybody has their way of trading. This is just how I trade, okay? So don't go out there and say Mike said this. No. Listen, this is how I trade. It just what works for me. This is how I've been taught. So this is how I do it. Everybody's been taught different. Some people have actually been taught this way and they trade differently. I've seen too. So yeah. So in those words, I consider myself more dynamic. Okay. So with all that being said, this is pretty much what it looks like on the 4 hour. You can see my positions. This was a 88.6 retracement level. Now with what I know now, I really would have been in down here. When she hit that 88.6 level, oh yeah. We going on lower time frames. We taking advantage of that. We popping. You know what I'm saying? What is structure doing on a 5 minute? I need to know. What is structure doing on the 5 minute, because I want the best risk possible. I want that 5-10 pip stop. And then I want that 50, 100, 200, 300 pip take profit. You feel me? That's how we coming this year, man. That's how we going on. So that's basically what I look for. These deep pullbacks based on my higher time frame bias. And I'm been working on like not even trading unless it's in these particular areas like that I want. Like if it's not a deep pullback, I really don't want to mess with it. And if I do, on a good day, if I do mess with it and she's up at the 38.2, 23.6, then I'll take a small little risk, but I won't risk what I was originally comfortable with. I'll risk smaller than that, or half that risk, basically. So if I was risking 500 on a deep pullback like this, well, maybe next time, if it's up 38.2, 23.6 level and it's high on the pullback, shallow pullback is what they call it, then I'll risk 250. That's pretty much how I'm coming. Like, it's kind of like that, because like if not, there's a possibility that she may pull back even more for the deep pullback, and I'm not trying to put my money, the majority of my money in a setup that may or may not happen. Okay, I want the setup with the highest probability so I can enter and get the most profit. So that's how I feel about that. If I skip a little bit further, you can see where I pretty much jump the profit. Let me see. You can see the profit. Okay. All right here. You see it? 91 from the 91 to 938. Now, at this point, in this particular part of it, I remember this too because I actually messed this up at the end. When I got to the $1,000 range, I think I ended up putting in bigger lots, and that's what you don't want to do when you are scaling in entries and you're taking advantage of the equity that you're up. Because you see the equity right now. It says $91 in my balance, right? Well, it's not mine. All of this blue isn't mine technically just yet until I close out this the profit from here. Until I close out all of these trades, then that equity will then add to the balance. But because it's just running and the numbers are just running, it's not my profit just yet. It's not my money. So with that being said, this is how I can pretty much add more entries and stuff. So what happens is I add bigger lots than I should have had at the very, very top. And those bigger lots start taking away from my equity. Okay, so if I can show you guys what I pretty much did.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to
and
show you how to create algo trading bots with the help of AI. No coding needed. Step 1.
We started pulling out my profits, so I didn't really towards building this account. I got lucky and just like that, 244 down. So now you guys saw that. So I was not in the right mindset.
Okay.
That from GJ, I was in profit.
Right. So
and made money off of standard.
This
a
is
lot,
where,
but you know, still too big of lots in this area.
Yeah, see, I started bringing out the 2.0 standard lots, and I was taking hits left and right, and that was my fault too, because when I started taking out those standard lots, and I wonder if I show it like on the actual chart. I don't think I do, but you do see when I got to 1,000. So you can scale in like this to make more profit, like I did in this example. But my rule is, and how I've been taught as well, is you never let your second entry make your first entry go negative, and you never let your third entry make your first and second entry go negative. Okay, so if they even go back blue to where it's almost about to hit red, I close out all the trades instantly, just like that. So I just break even and then just say I was wrong for scaling in extra trades, and I'm gonna just have to wait for another opportunity. So that's what you want to keep in mind. But this is how that flip went. And then for this one, you can see 168 to 1,000. This was a pretty much the same sort of example. Let's go to the charts. That's most important. You can see my on how it was. Let me move this to the side so you guys can kind of see. I know I got my thing on here, my camera, so you guys can pretty much see where I was at price. And I had great positions at the very, very beginning, and then I tried to scale in bigger lots up here, which ended up going to my favor. But this is what you don't want to do. You want to get, anytime you scale in, you want to get in off the pullback. Like this would have been better if I got in right here rather than getting in up at the very top of the break. But hell, it worked out. I was already still in profit the whole time, so it didn't matter too much. I wonder if I have the I showed it minute 5. You can see the balance keeps going. It changes. And then these went crazy. Then I added another standard, which is kind of like what you don't want to do. But I guess I was just feeling so confident this particular day where I was just like, man, like I'm in so much profit. Like, how high can this thing go? Because she was so volatile. Like, I don't know. This was kind of like that feeling it was just a feeling for me where I just ended up taking advantage of this. And she just kept on going up. And then finally I got to 1,200. I closed some of the profit. And I should have closed all of these trades right here. But this is pretty much how it was and how it turned out. Kept looking at it. And then I think near the end, I ended up blowing the whole thing. Trying to use bigger lots at the top. I'm pretty sure. I guess I don't show it in here. Maybe I didn't blow this one. Maybe I withdraw it. Who knows? But that's the proof. That's pretty much how I did it, y'all. Small accounts can be flipped. You can make big money with small accounts. It really depends on like who's behind the charts, like who's managing the trades. Like, you know, how good is your analysis? Like, that's really where what it boils down to. So it doesn't matter if you trade for a firm. It doesn't matter if you trade with your own money. Like, the skill is the most important thing. Psychology is the most important thing. And if you got all of those points all together, you'll see success in this. But that's pretty much it, guys. It's pretty much you know what I'm saying, my flips or whatever. You guys can check these out on my channel if you want. You can look at them. And yeah, I'll leave the link to both of these videos in the description. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. And like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.